Welcome to my very first, and not last WWE video. I'm a huge fan. That goes without being said. I wouldn't be doing the video if I wasn't. So, honestly, with all that being said, I'm ready to jump right into it. It is WrestleMania day. It is WrestleMania season. Well, it's been WrestleMania season since January or the Royal Rumble, so February, whatever the case may be. But WrestleMania is here. It starts in a few hours. We are ready for. It's going to be some big matches tonight and tomorrow night. I think there are going to be a few swerves along the way. If you have been following along with some of the storylines and even some of the seeds that they've been planning this week with on Friday with the whole confrontation with all five women in the ring, meaning speaking of uh Rhea Ripley, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Io Sky all in the ring. So that sounds like it looks to me like that was more than just a moment where they just wanted to get everybody out there on the stage for a quick moment in time just to, I mean, they've been promoting these matches all week, so I don't think a moment like that was anything more than foreshadowing what's to come. I clearly, since she got to the WWE, there's been a rival speculation about Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair since the moment she arrived. So that's clearly going to happen at some point. Naomi going heel is obviously going to make that even more intriguing because how does she fit into this? But with all that being said, let's start with the very first match that was announced. Gunther versus Jey Uso. I do believe this will be a good match. Sucks that it's the first match. Sucks that the Royal Rumble winner is opening the show instead of closing the show. I wonder if this is the first time that that's happened, that a Royal Rumble winner has not main evented WrestleMania. This may be one of the first times that this has ever happened. I've never seen it happen, or I don't recall it happen, at least not in a very long time. So, but with all that being said, I think the seeds are planted for this to be a Jey Uso night. Then they're going to start it off big. They're going to get the crowd into it because obviously that's important. And with that being said, I do believe we're going to be yeeting at the end of that match. I think Jey Uso is going to beat Gunther. Don't think it's going to be a long title reign. I don't necessarily buy Jey as the solo superstar yet. Main event Jey Uso. If that was the case, he'd be in the main event, the actual main event. So don't think it'll be a very long title reign. Probably last to like SummerSlam or something like that. But as time goes, we'll see what happens with that. But I do believe it'll be a good match. I think Jey will come out on top. Interferences, maybe. It's always Ludwig, always Jimmy to come help his brother. Saw a rumor, but that's probably not going to happen tonight, about Solo Sikoa going babyface. But that remains to be seen. Now, after that, I'm not sure the order of the matches, so bear with me. I'm just going to just start putting them out here, and we're going to talk about them, and we're going to predict it. But like I said, first match, World Heavyweight Championship, Jey Uso should walk away, and I believe he'll walk away the champion. And from there, let's go to this hot mess. Clearly, this is Chad Gable. I think we've seen this storyline before, but Chad Gable, El Grande Americano, versus Rey Mysterio. This would have been funny if it would have been a mask for mask match. I'm not sure how many people remember back in the WCW days when they actually did a mask type of match. And I'm not sure if you remember, Rey Mysterio has actually been unmasked before. So that would have been fun, but this is obviously going to be a scenario where Rey Mysterio Jr. is, I'm sorry, shows how old I am. Rey Mysterio Jr. hasn't been called that in years. But Rey Mysterio is going to more than likely win this match, unmask Chad Gable, El Grande Americano, or the other swerve that I could see happening is at some point, I don't know if they'll switch or whoever he wrestles won't be Chad Gable, it'll be somebody with the same build and physique and whatever the case may be, and Chad Gable will come out and interrupt the match and help him win, even though we know on Mondays and Fridays that this is Chad Gable, but they may throw a swerve in there just for entertainment purposes. But it should be a pretty fun match, hopefully quick, but I think it'll be fun. So looking forward to it. think Rey Mysterio will win. What is this? It's like his 12th or 13th WrestleMania match, but I think he'll win. Moving on to this, the War Raiders. I don't know. The New Day, the New Day. I'll keep this one short. More than likely, the New Day are going to win. They're for Raw anyway, it's the top heel tag team. I don't feel like the War Raiders have been booked very well. They're not on all the time. Honestly, they're not that exciting. For some big guys, though, they are very athletic, and I appreciate that. But they just haven't been booked in a very exciting way that allows me to believe that they're going to walk out of WrestleMania, especially as the champions or whatnot. I think this is going to be the night for the New Day, the heel New Day. I think they'll probably win. And as the heels, they'll probably try to elevate the tag titles as they once did before against a bunch of babyface contenders or whatnot until we can get a team that people can get behind that can take them down. So I do believe the New Day walks away the champions with this. So as much as that sucks, I don't really like these guys, but they're more likely going to be the champs at the end of the night. So, hey, what can we say? That's what they're giving us. So that's what we'll take. We'll take the New Day as the new WWE or the World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, or however they classify that. It's a lot of different belts and stuff. So on to another match. This one is tomorrow for tag team titles. This is another one that's a no-brainer. Now I don't think this match will be very exciting at all, but hopefully it is. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyrie, I hope I said that right, and Bayley. This match, in my opinion, is probably set up for Bayley to do another heel turn. So I would expect that to be the big thing to come out of this match. I doubt the titles change hands at all. But if they do, that'll be interesting. And maybe that'll set up maybe Liv going for the Intercontinental title or Raquel, whatever the case. But I would say Bayley's a veteran. She's obviously not in the world title picture right now, and they're doing their best to keep her relevant. So my bet would be Bayley turns on Lyra. At some point, the match goes heel, and then she'll go for the Intercontinental title and probably start that feud heading into the summer. And that'll probably be really interesting. Valkyrie is very athletic. I think she's going to be very, very good. It seems like a lot of fans don't know her yet, and she hasn't gotten a lot of screen time, but the little bit she has, I think she's done a lot with it. So we'll just keep our eyes peeled for that one. But I like her. I think she's good. But Liv and Raquel, more than likely at the Judgment Day, more than likely walk out as the champions. So love it or hate it, they're probably going to win. Hey, what can you say? The bad guys got to win most of the time to keep the good guys coming up. So I enjoy the bad guy, good guy angle. But in this one, it's going to be a lot of bad guys in the ring because I truly expect Bayley to turn on Lyra, whether during the match or after the match. I don't think Bayley walks out of WrestleMania as a babyface. So I'll just put it that way. Where should we go next? Let's go here. This is a match that I am looking forward to today. I think this is going to be a great match. You know, Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. Now, this one, I think, is where the swerves, if they haven't already happened today or later this evening, this is where one could start. Clearly, there's been beef between him and Solo Sikoa, and they've been kind of like hinting at, oh my God, they're going to have this battle. Personally, I think it would be better if there was a belt on the line. But I think some type of way Solo is going to get involved in this match. LA Knight is going to win this match. I would prefer Jacob Fatu. That's who I would like to win. I love you, Solo. Or maybe he won't after tonight. But I think LA Knight walks out of this with a win. Not a clean one. That's not really what the old bloodline does. So, and these guys are kind of like still trying to find their way, in my opinion. Jacob Fatu is a star, so it's not him, but I think LA Knight walks out the champion because of some interference from Solo or Tama Tonga, and so I would just expect LA Knight to win this match. whether it's disqualification or something's going to happen. I think this is, if there's not a swerve or something crazy by the time this match happens, this will be the match where we'll get a swerve ending. Fatu may win. And I don't know. I think LA Knight walks out the champion. I would prefer Jacob Fatu, but LA Knight more likely walks out as the champion tonight. And love him or hate him, he's worked hard. He's earned this moment. So I think he probably walks out as the champion due to interference, because I don't think they were going to let Jacob Fatu lose clean, because it seems like they're trying to build him up as the next like monster type character. So, and because of that, I don't see him losing clean to LA Knight. Maybe if it was somebody else, but not LA Knight. So I think that there's going to be some interference. He'll wind up losing. He'll get pissed off. He'll probably kick Solo's ass or something like that, and something's going to happen. But I think this match is where something happens. Moving on from there. Now this match, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This match, in my opinion, is going to be really good. I was surprised at the build towards it, especially with Naomi being a face at the time. And she has been a heel before. For anybody who doesn't remember, she has been a heel before. It's been a while since she's been a heel, but she has been a heel before. And when she was a heel, then she actually played that role well. Not sure what year that was. She did the whole, sorry about that. Let me go back. Not sure when she did the whole heel thing, but I think Naomi heel, I actually think she would be a good United States or Intercontinental champion. I was actually on Twitter like going crazy, like trying to, not that anybody listens to me, but just started doing this. But I was just tweeting, Naomi should be the inaugural one of them, US or Intercontinental. I think she deserved it. This match would probably have a lot more importance to it if there was a title on the line. But clearly this match is going to lead into a longer storyline where Naomi, Jade, and Bianca are going to be feuding, more than likely for the World Heavyweight title. So I definitely think that this feud will lead into a bigger feud. And hold on, what am I doing? Sorry about that. Take those guys down. Anyways, that feud, the Naomi Jade feud, is probably going to lead into a bigger feud with each other. Bianca, I would not be surprised if one of these women wins the women's Money in the Bank, because that would be interesting if one of these two won the women's Money in the Bank and eventually cashed in at one of the big PLEs against Bianca, because Bianca's more likely going to walk out of the champion. I don't see a scenario where she doesn't walk out the champion. Well, Rhea's already established. Io, this would be good for her career and going forward or whatnot, but Rhea's already established. She's the top dog woman in the WWE right now. So she's established. She doesn't necessarily need the belt. Most of us would probably like to see her with the belt and be dominant, maybe go on a Roman Reigns like type run, or at least a solid year run where she's just top woman. I think that would be cool, but not sure when we're going to get that, because it seems like they were headed towards that, and then they just kind of maybe just got away from it at some point. But since we're speaking of that match, I'm sorry, to finish this match off, Jade Cargill wins. I do not think it will be this dominant win. I think Naomi finds some type of way to neutralize Jade in some type of way. I do think Jade picks up the win in a hard fought victory or something like that. Because this match is a singles bout, and neither one of them have a manager or anything like that, so I don't really expect any interferences or anything like that. So I think this one just be clean, or it could just be a situation where there's a count out. I doubt that at WrestleMania, but I think Jade wins. I think WWE wants to reestablish her as a top woman in the company after getting her from the other company, and she's had the tag team gold, and they did that for a while until she got injured along the way. But now I think it's time to reestablish her as a top singles competitor and give her the opportunity to go on a singles run. And I think doing it with Naomi, I don't think she should be thrown into the title picture right away. Maybe like the Intercontinental or US title would be better, but who cares? Jade wins tonight. That's my pick. I could see Naomi winning. Not sure what that would do for Naomi, other than put her maybe in the title picture right away. But I think Jade wins. She not necessarily needs the win for the build, but I think to justify everything that happened since November of last year, I think Jade should win. I believe she is going to win. And with that, I'm picking Jade Cargill. And with that being said, we're going to jump right into our other women's match. Tomorrow night, the triple threat match that I wish wasn't a triple threat match. Oh, they could have did this triple threat match maybe on Monday, after Raw at, I don't know, SummerSlam or something. But I really wish they would have kept this match, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair 101, because that's the build they've been going towards. But I get it. Io is a boss. She is amazing. I love watching her wrestle, but I just think that they should have just let this be a one-on-one and see who it is. I think having Io in there provides some intrigue. And I get the which is why I think she could win this match, Io, because she has this I'm being pushed to the side storyline. Nobody's looking at me storyline. Nobody cares about me storyline, except for the fans, because everybody's cheering for her. Bianca is clearly headed towards a heel turn. Rhea, in my opinion, has established herself as this like Roman-like character where she could be bad and people will still cheer. I don't think anybody cares about that anymore with her because she's just so over. So even if she went heel, people would probably still cheer just like Roman. Like he still talks his shit and does everything that he does. But I don't think he's a baby face. I think you watch comic book movies and superhero movies, he's like an anti-hero. Like he's not quite the hero, but he's not quite the villain, kind of sits in the middle. And I think that's where Rhea is as well. And so she doesn't need a heel or a true heel or a true face turn, in my opinion, because she's popular. But all the signs are there for Bianca to turn heel. I've been wanting this for a while. I've been saying that I think she could do a lot as a heel, and I think that she'll be very successful in that. And I'm looking forward to it. She's been getting booed, so I think the crowd is kind of over whatever situation. If I was in the crowd and the situation that I'm over with this is the fact that it's a triple threat match. I'm tired of listening to Bianca whine about this and this and this and this. Although I don't know why WWE and performers are not considered for Emmy Awards. They are great at what they do. They should be considered for awards. This is great drama, great entertainment. They either need to be considered for sports awards or acting award, like Emmys and like, I mean, it's a TV show at the end of the day. But all that aside, Bianca's going to be a great heel. I think she's getting ready to dive into that heel version of herself. I would love to see it, maybe with her and her husband and his tag team partner with the Street Profits, maybe becoming like a group because they're teetering heel. They're kind of like the anti-heroes because they're still getting cheered, but obviously their whole persona change is for a heel, like a heel group. So I think that could look good. They will all be champions in this scenario. So I think that would be cool. But in this triple threat match, sorry, Io. More than likely, it's either going to be Rio or Bianca Belair walking out as the champion, and more than likely, like 90% sure, it's going to be Bianca. I think that a Bianca heel title run, at least through SummerSlam, maybe Survivor Series, would be fun, especially with Jade Cargill, because who knows, maybe because she turns heel, maybe she teams up with Naomi, or maybe she just does her own thing as a heel. Naomi, keeps saying, "Oh, I did this for you" and stuff like that, and she has stopped short of basically attacking Bianca. So it's weird. I love the story, so we'll see. But for this one, Bianca walks out the WWE champion. I mean, I'm sorry, women's world champion, and the EST of WWE will stay undefeated at WrestleMania, and she'll keep that going. And Rhea will undoubtedly be in the mix with this feud with the other women along the way. So I think they clearly have Rhea, Io, Bianca, and more than likely Jade Cargill, and maybe even a little bit of Naomi sprinkled in. I think they have on Raw their feuds for the rest of the year, probably leading into next WrestleMania already set up. So that's fun. What do we have next? What do we have next? Let's go to this match. It'll be quick. Not sure about you. Are you excited about this match? I'm not really excited about this match. Maybe it would mean more if there was a title on the line or something like that. But Logan Paul, AJ Styles, this should have opened up WrestleMania. Or maybe it'll open up tomorrow. We'll see. I don't think this is a match that everybody just needs to wait for. Logan Paul is more than likely going to win. AJ Styles is an established veteran. He's done everything in this business. He doesn't seem to be in any title picture right now, so it would make more sense for Logan Paul to win. Outside of Dom Mysterio, he is probably the most over heel. Like the building just erupts with boos, and I'm not sure if they're pumping in crowd noise. I doubt it, but I'm going Logan Paul with this one. I think Logan wins pretty damn easy. It's AJ Styles. He's not going to win easy, but Logan Paul will win this match. So moving on. Now, I know we guys kept seeing this picture pop up earlier, so we'll just go ahead and get to it. Fatal 4-way, which I think will be a very interesting Fatal 4-way. I do believe that this will probably be one of the more entertaining matches of the night. I do agree. I can't remember who it was that said it. I do believe that this match will end up with a Judgment Day member winning. And with that being said, I'm just going to jump right into it. Dom Mysterio is going to win this match. Dirty Dom is going to win this match. I don't think it's going to equal to a face turn because he's still part of the Judgment Day with Liv and Raquel and Carlito and stuff like that. But I think this is the moment where the Judgment Day breaks because they've been talking about new members for months and stuff like that. So I think this is where they kick Finn Balor out. I think Finn is this will probably be his last go around. And I think Finn deserves to be by himself or restart the Bullet Club and bring his boys back or just go on a singles run by himself. I am curious if Finn brings the demon out tonight. If he does, he'll probably lose. So I'm going with Dom Mysterio in this match. I like Penta. I love freaking Braun Breaker. But what are you going for in this match? Dom Mysterio is the best storyline. Braun Breaker is probably the best option to win. So take it how you want. I think Dom Mysterio walks out the Intercontinental Champion. I think that'll be fun because if he stays heel, could you imagine like the noise of the boos that'll come from him winning this match? It'll just be amazing. I look forward to it a lot. Oh, the WWE Championship match for the women. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I don't think it's Tiffy time yet. The fans like her. I don't even know if Tiffy knows if she is a baby face or a heel. She is stuck, in my opinion, somewhere in between. People are cheering her and stuff like that, but she doesn't fit the real Roman mold of like the anti-hero. So I don't think it's Tiffy time yet. I think Charlotte's going to win. Charlotte's going to walk out of WrestleMania champion again. And this will allow it to become Tiffy time by giving her a redemption story and something to build towards. And she will take that into one of the PLEs and eventually probably beat Charlotte down the line. But as far as tonight goes, Charlotte Flair more than likely 99% walks out the WWE Women's Champion, and Tiffy time will be saved for another day. And I mean, that's just, I don't know. I mean, what other results would make people happy outside of that? Like, there's one match on here that I don't have a graphic for, but I'll get to that in 1 second after I get finished talking about Tiffany and Charlotte. But I do believe that I could see Tiffany winning. I just don't think it's going to happen. Charlotte just came back from an injury. She's been gone for a while. They're trying to reestablish her. Clearly, I mean, I think she was supposed to come back as a face, but no. So that didn't work out. Fans didn't like that idea. So she's a heel again. I think she's best as a heel, just like her dad was. So I just think that Charlotte walks out the champion. I think it makes the most sense storyline wise, and I just think it's just the right pick. And that's just my pick. I'm picking Charlotte to win tonight. And that's just it. But the match that I was talking about that I couldn't find an image for is this little street fight, the Vegas street fight between who was it, Damian Priest and what's my guy's name? He's hilarious on Twitter. Damian Priest and the Scottish psychopath. Damn, I can't think of his name right now. Drew McIntyre. Thank you. That fight's probably going to end in a no contest. Why else would it be in a street fight? I don't think either one of them do any good from losing, and I don't think it only helps one person if one of them wins. So with that being said, I think it's probably just going to be a draw or some BS or whatever. Who knows? Not another match I'm not really looking forward to. I mean, Randy Orton could get involved in this match. I mean, I know he's looking for a match, so I don't know. Just throw him in there. Why not? It's a street fight. Just throw him in there. Throw anybody who didn't make the WrestleMania card. Just let them just be a part of that match. Just beat each other up and we'll just call it a day after that, and just let these guys just kick each other's ass or all around Vegas. They should do that again. Like maybe leave the arena and go fight on the strip somewhere. That'd be cool. Like they haven't done that in years. I know it's probably a lot logistically to make that happen and keep everybody safe at the same time, but man, that would be awesome if they brought that back for like old time sake, attitude era, like fighting in the streets or a bar or something like that. Like I miss that stuff. But main event tonight is going to be Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Now, this is where I believe you will see your biggest swerve. If you haven't already put it together in your mind, I believe Seth Rollins is walking out of this match with Paul Heyman. I keep seeing speculation that they're going to join up with The Rock and John Cena and form like this new corporate. You remember the corporate, the corporation? But that's just what it sounds like. It sounds like I don't think it's going to happen. I do think Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman walk out together. I think that's the swerve for this match. Because the whole thing is this favor and Paul Heyman, and he's Roman's advocate and CM Punk's best friend, and Seth Rollins just pissed off and trying to save the WWE. And yeah, he's been throwing around a lot of the same catchphrases as John Cena was best for business and stuff like that. So maybe, but as far as just this match and storyline goes, I believe Seth Rollins walks out the winner with Paul Heyman, and that will probably start a one-on-one feud between either Roman and Seth or Roman and CM Punk, because Roman has already made it known that he's trying to get back on top. And I do see a title run probably coming up for him in the near future. His contract expires next year. Obviously he's had health issues in the past. We're all getting older. So if anybody deserves, outside of John Cena, one last title run, is Roman Reigns. His title run was amazing. It was fun. I'm sorry for those who didn't like it, but I guess you just didn't enjoy acknowledging him for a while. I did. I enjoyed it. So I would love to see Roman win this match and come out on top and go straight into the title picture. I don't believe that's going to happen, but more than likely Seth Rollins wins, takes Paul Heyman, because clearly that bridge is already burned with Roman Reigns, unless there's another swerve where Roman and Paul were plotting and all this stuff like this, and because they keep telling us long-term storytelling. So maybe this is their way of setting them up, getting back. Who knows? Getting back into the title picture. But this would be a great match. I think it'll end on some type of crazy cliffhanger or whatnot. But this will be a fun match. This will be a great match. And like with that being said, there is only one match left to talk about, I believe, and that is the match that is going to be the closer for the weekend. The probably one of the most unpredictable things I saw coming. Like John Cena is heel again. Cody Rhodes is doing his thing, but honestly, if this match doesn't end with John Cena winning, what was the point of the heel turn in the first place? So I don't have much to say about this one because it's really just that straightforward and simple to me. I don't think there'll be anything clean about this win. I expect The Rock, Travis Scott. Some expect Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman to show up in this match as well and form the new corporation or whatnot. So we'll see what happens with that. But there ain't much to say about this. What is the point of John Cena going heel if he's not going to win this match at WrestleMania and take the title probably into the summer and lose it eventually? Obviously, he ain't going home with it. But what was the point of John Cena going heel if he's not going to win this match? Period. Like, share, subscribe. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I will be dropping more WWE content probably this weekend. I'll probably do some instant reactions from the matches in WrestleMania today. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. See you later and bye.